Tribal sovereignty in the United States is a legal concept that recognizes the inherent sovereignty of federally recognized tribes. This concept has been in effect since the formation of the United States and is enshrined in the U.S. Constitution. Tribal sovereignty is an important part of the history and culture of Native Americans in the United States and is often seen as an essential component of tribal self-determination. Tribal sovereignty is based on the idea that Native Americans have the right to self-governance and autonomy from the United States government. This right is based on the recognition of tribal nations as distinct, independent entities, with the right to make their own laws and to be self-governing. The U.S. Constitution and other federal laws recognize tribal nations as a domestic dependent nations with their own governments and laws. The federal government also recognizes the right of tribal nations to enter into treaties and other agreements with the United States. These treaties are legally binding and have been used to establish the boundaries of tribal lands and to address matters such as fishing rights, hunting rights, and other matters of tribal interest. The right of tribal nations to self-governance is also recognized in the Indian Civil Rights Act of 1968, which provides that tribes have the right to enact their own laws and to establish their own courts. This law also recognizes the right of tribal nations to establish their own criminal justice systems, including the power to arrest, prosecute, and punish offenders according to tribal laws. Tribal sovereignty is an ongoing issue in the United States, as Native American tribes continue to struggle for recognition and self-determination. While the federal government recognizes tribal sovereignty, it also has the power to regulate tribal affairs and to intervene in certain matters, such as gaming regulations. This has led to a number of legal disputes between tribal nations and the federal government. Tribal sovereignty is an important part of the history and culture of Native American tribes in the United States. It is important for Native Americans to continue to assert their right to self-governance and autonomy and to work to ensure that their rights and interests are respected by the federal government.